Most people think that being an empath means being soft, being weak, being easily manipulated, but Sigma empaths, they are different. They feel deeply, but they don't let emotions control them. They care, but they don't beg for approval. They help others, but they don't let anyone drain their energy. Sigma empaths have a rare superpower, the ability to understand people on a deep level without losing themselves in the process. They don't chase. They don't seek validation. And yet, people are drawn to them effortlessly because their presence is different. It's calm. It's wise. It's powerful. But what makes Sigma empaths so unique? How do they use their compassion to transform lives without being taken advantage of? And how can you tap into this same power? In this video, we'll break down what makes Sigma empaths different from regular empaths, how they use emotional intelligence to influence people effortlessly, the secret to helping others while still protecting your own energy. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Sigma empaths are the rarest kind of people and why the world needs more of them. Let's dive in. What makes Sigma empaths different? The lone wolf with a deep heart. Most empaths feel everything, but they struggle to protect themselves. They absorb the emotions of others, they give too much, and they often end up feeling drained. But Sigma empaths, they are different. They feel deeply, but they don't let emotions control them. They care, but they don't lose themselves in the process. Unlike typical empaths, Sigma empaths are independent, self-sufficient, and emotionally intelligent. They don't rely on external validation. They don't chase approval. And they don't let anyone, no matter how close, disrupt their inner peace. So what makes them different? They have the rare ability to balance deep compassion with complete detachment. They understand emotions, but they don't get trapped in them. They help people, but they don't sacrifice themselves in the process. They care deeply, but they walk away the moment their energy is disrespected. And this is what makes them so powerful. Most people expect empaths to be soft, easily manipulated, and always available. But Sigma empaths shock people because they're unpredictable. They listen, but don't obey. They help, but never at their own expense. They love deeply, but they leave without hesitation when needed. And this balance between compassion and self-respect makes them highly influential because people trust them, admire them, and are drawn to them effortlessly. But there's something even more fascinating about Sigma empaths, their ability to read people on a whole different level. Next, let's talk about the silent strength of a Sigma empath, how they observe, decode, and understand people without even trying. The silent strength of a Sigma empath. Most people talk to be heard. Most people react to be noticed, but Sigma empaths, they do something far more powerful. They observe. They don't rush to speak. They don't argue for attention. They don't waste energy proving themselves. Instead, they watch, they listen, they decode. And this silent strength, it gives them an incredible advantage. Because while others are distracted by emotions and ego, Sigma empaths are studying everything. They see the truth behind people's words. They pick up on subtle shifts in energy. They can sense dishonesty, insecurity, and hidden pain without anyone saying a word. This is why people trust them effortlessly. A Sigma empath doesn't force advice on anyone, but people always come to them for guidance. They don't try to control anyone, yet people naturally follow their lead. They don't beg for respect, but they earn it without even trying. Because in a world full of noise, their silence is magnetic. They lead through quiet influence, not by shouting, but by standing firm in who they are. This is why Sigma empaths make some of the most powerful leaders, healers, and visionaries. Because while others react, they understand. While others seek validation, they stand alone. And while others chase influence, Sigma empaths become influential without even trying. But here's what makes them truly unstoppable. They have compassion, but they also have boundaries. Unlike typical empaths who get drained by others, Sigma empaths protect their energy fiercely. Next, let's talk about why Sigma empaths can't be manipulated and how their boundaries make them even stronger. Compassion with boundaries, why Sigma empaths can't be manipulated. Most empaths struggle with one thing. Boundaries, they give, they heal, they pour their energy into others, sometimes until there's nothing left. But Sigma empaths, they move differently. They have compassion, but they also have limits. They care deeply, but they never let emotions make them weak. They help others, but they will not be manipulated. So what makes them different? Unlike regular empaths, Sigma empaths protect their energy first. They don't feel guilty for saying no. They don't allow toxic people to drain them. And they don't let emotions control their decisions. This is what makes them untouchable. Because while most empaths struggle to walk away from toxic relationships, Sigma empaths leave without hesitation. Not because they don't care. Not because they're heartless. But because they know their energy is precious. They understand that not everyone deserves their kindness. So if someone tries to manipulate them, they see through it instantly. If someone tries to guilt trip them, it doesn't work. If someone tries to take advantage of their compassion, they cut ties without regret. And this shocks people, because most people expect empaths to stay, tolerate, and forgive endlessly. But Sigma empaths, they know when it's time to walk away. And this is why they are so rare and so powerful, because their compassion is a choice, not an obligation. And when you combine deep empathy with unshakable boundaries, you become unstoppable. But here's another reason why Sigma empaths are so magnetic. They don't chase connections. People are drawn to them naturally. Next, let's talk about why Sigma empaths attract people effortlessly and why everyone wants to be around their energy. Why Sigma empaths attract people effortlessly. Some people walk into a room and instantly the energy shifts. They don't try to be the loudest, the most entertaining, or the most impressive. And yet, people notice them. People gravitate toward them. People feel drawn to their presence without even knowing why. This is the power of a Sigma empath. They don't force connections. They don't chase attention. They don't try to be magnetic, they just are. So what makes them so effortlessly attractive? It all comes down to presence. Most people walk through life distracted, reactive, and absorbed in their own world. But Sigma empaths, they are fully aware. They see people. They understand emotions. They create an unspoken feeling of safety, depth, and understanding. And that is rare. Because in a world where most people are waiting for their turn to speak, Sigma empaths listen. In a world where most people judge instantly, Sigma empaths observe. And in a world where most people hide behind fake confidence, Sigma empaths offer something real. This is why people trust them instantly. They don't manipulate. They don't force their way into conversations. They don't try to control how others see them. And because of this, people feel safe around them. Women feel comfortable opening up to them. Friends feel understood in ways they never have before. Strangers feel like they've known them forever. And the best part, Sigma empaths don't even try. Because attraction isn't about forcing energy, it's about mastering your own energy. And when a person is truly at peace with themselves, when they move through the world with quiet confidence and deep understanding, people can't help but be drawn to them. But there's another reason Sigma empaths are so influential. It's not just their ability to attract people, it's their ability to heal and transform others. Next, let's talk about how Sigma empaths read and heal people without even saying a word. How Sigma empaths read, heal others without saying a word. Have you ever met someone who just understands you? Someone who doesn't need long explanations, doesn't judge, doesn't push, but somehow they just know what you're feeling. That's the power of a Sigma empath. They don't need you to say what's wrong. They don't need a long backstory. They don't need to be told when someone is hurting. They just know. And this ability, it changes lives. How do Sigma empaths do this? It's because they read beyond words. Most people listen to respond. Sigma empaths listen to understand. Most people look at expressions. Sigma empaths feel the emotions behind them. Most people hear what's being said. Sigma empaths hear what's not being said. This is why people open up to them so easily. Even strangers feel the urge to tell them their deepest secrets. Even guarded people feel safe letting their walls down. Even those who never show emotions find themselves being vulnerable. But here's the real secret. Sigma empaths don't heal by giving advice. They don't lecture, they don't try to fix. Instead, they guide. They create an atmosphere of understanding, presence, and deep awareness. They reflect emotions back to people in a way that makes them see themselves more clearly. They help others heal themselves without ever forcing change. And that's what makes them so powerful. Because true healing doesn't come from words, it comes from feeling truly seen. And when someone feels seen, understood, and safe, that's when transformation begins. But here's the key difference between Sigma empaths and regular empaths. Sigma empaths don't drown in emotions, they turn them into strength. Next, let's talk about how Sigma empaths master their emotions and use them as a superpower instead of a weakness, turning emotional depth into a superpower. Most people see emotions as a weakness. They think feeling too much means losing control. That sensitivity makes you fragile. But Sigma empaths, they turn emotional depth into their greatest strength. They don't drown in emotions, they navigate them. They don't suppress their feelings. They control them. And most importantly, they use their intuition as a guide through life. How do Sigma empaths do this? Instead of being overwhelmed by emotions, they step back and observe. They don't react impulsively. They don't get lost in other people's energy. They don't allow emotions to make decisions for them. Instead, they use emotions as information. If something feels off, they trust it. If someone's energy is draining, they walk away. If a situation isn't right, they don't second guess themselves. This is why Sigma empaths rarely get manipulated. Because while most people are caught in their feelings, Sigma empaths are reading between the lines, seeing what others miss. And here's what makes them unstoppable. They channel their compassion into helping the right people. Unlike regular empaths, who often give their energy to anyone who needs it, Sigma empaths are selective. They help those who genuinely want growth. They guide those who respect their time and energy. They give, but only when it aligns with their purpose. And this is the key difference. They don't lose themselves while helping others, because they know that true strength isn't about taking on everyone else's burdens. It's about knowing when to walk away and when to stand firm. And when you master this balance, when you learn to control your emotions, instead of letting them control you, you become untouchable. But there's something even more powerful about Sigma empaths. The world needs them now more than ever. Next, let's talk about why the world needs more Sigma empaths, why their balance of logic and compassion is exactly what society is missing. Why the world needs more Sigma empaths. The world is loud, everyone is trying to prove something, everyone wants to be heard. But in all this noise, real wisdom is getting lost. Real understanding is fading. And that's exactly why the world needs more Sigma empaths. They aren't here to compete for attention. They aren't here to dominate conversations. They aren't here to follow the crowd. They exist to bridge the gap between logic and emotion. They think deeply, but they also feel deeply. They understand the world rationally, but they navigate it intuitively between power and kindness. They stand strong, but they lead with empathy. They don't force influence, but their presence is naturally respected between detachment and care. They don't attach themselves to the wrong people, but when they choose to invest in someone, they do it fully. They can walk away at any moment, but those who are in their circle know their loyalty runs deep. And in a world full of selfishness, arrogance, and empty noise, Sigma empaths lead in a different way. Not by demanding attention, not by forcing change, but by inspiring it through silent leadership. They live with purpose. They move with wisdom. They show people a different way to exist, one where strength and sensitivity can coexist. Because that's what the world is missing. Not more egos, not more control, but more people who truly understand. And when more people learn to balance self-awareness, quiet confidence, and compassion without weakness, the world changes. But this power, this ability to influence and inspire, it doesn't happen by accident. Next, let's talk about how you can embrace the Sigma Empath mindset, how to sharpen your intuition, set powerful boundaries, and transform your own life using this rare gift. How to embrace the Sigma Empath mindset, use it for good. Being a Sigma Empath is rare, but knowing how to use this gift, that's what makes you powerful. Because the truth is, if you don't control your emotions, they will control you. If you don't set boundaries, people will take advantage of you. And if you don't use your energy wisely, you'll drain yourself before you ever make an impact. So how do you embrace the Sigma Empath mindset and use it for good? Step 1, control your emotions. Don't suppress them. Your emotions are a tool, not a weakness. Learn to observe them without letting them dictate your actions. When something feels off, trust your intuition. When emotions rise, pause, reflect, and act from a place of power, not reaction. Step 2, set boundaries without guilt. Not everyone deserves your energy. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. If someone drains you, step back. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Remember, boundaries don't push the right people away. They filter out the wrong ones. Step 3, lead with quiet strength. You don't need to prove yourself. True strength is in your presence, not your words. Move with purpose. Live with intention. Let your actions speak louder than anything else. People follow those who don't seek validation. Step 4, use compassion strategically. You are not here to save everyone. Help those who genuinely want to grow. Influence through understanding, not force. Give, but never at the cost of yourself. When you master this balance, compassion with control, emotion with discipline, detachment with depth, you unlock something most people never will. True power. The power to influence without trying. The power to attract without chasing. The power to transform lives starting with your own. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever been told you're too sensitive or too detached, understand this, you have something rare. And when you learn to master it, you become unstoppable. Drop a comment below and tell me what's one thing you'll start doing today to protect your energy. Subscribe for more insights on the Sigma mindset, emotional intelligence, and personal power. Share this video with someone who needs to understand the power of their own energy. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs more Sigma empaths. Be one of them.